Welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. Good morning. Welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. At this time, I would like to have Father Adam Carrico, pastor of St. Benedict and St. Aloysius, lead us in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Father.
It's an honor to be here with you all. I might have one of the toughest jobs in the county as Judge Summers' pastor. So pray for me and I'll pray for you. It's a prayer adapted from one written by St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, who had passed in 1821, the first canonized saint born in this great nation. O Lord, our eternal governor, whose glory fills all the world, we commend this great nation to your merciful care, that we may be guided by your providence and dwell secure in your peace. Grant to the President of these United States, the Congress, the Supreme Court, the Governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the State Assembly, local officials, and to all in authority, wisdom and strength, patience and understanding, to know and to do your will. Fill them with love, truth, and righteousness, and to make them continually mindful of their calling to serve this people in reverent obedience to you. May this day be filled with your mercy and justice for those most in need. Through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you, in the Holy Spirit, God forever and ever.
Amen.
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 Now pray the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Father, and I will see you this weekend. Yes, sir. At this time, I'd like to bring the court to order. Sam, if you'll call the roll.
Yes, sir. Vera Sanders.
Present.
John Logston.
Here.
Karen Johnson.
Here.
Ryan Bleemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Here.
All present.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the December 10th, 2020. Approval of the minutes for the December 2nd, 2025 Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from December 2nd, 2025.
I'll second.
I have a motion by 4th District Magistrate Bleemel, a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson to approve the minutes from the December 2nd, 2025 Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting. Sam, call the roll.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Bleemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Treasurer's transfer report. Canan.
Yes, Judge, and that is stated for December 16th of 2025 for your approval.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's transfer report.
I'll second it.
Got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders to approve the treasurer's transfer report as presented. Sam, call the roll, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Bleemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. The presentation and approval of all bills.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the presentation and approval of all bills.
I'll second.
Got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson to approve the bills as presented. Sam, call the roll.
Bleemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Treasurer's report, Canan.
Yes, that included the appropriation condition report, a revenue condition report, and a financial statement through November the 3rd of 2025 for your approval.
I make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second.
Got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Bleemel.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. We do have one guest speaker, Perry Cook. Perry?
Morning, Court.
Morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to kind of review our 2025 results. Kind of see what Mark 12 has been up to, and also to share kind of the vision of what 2026 looks like. Hello, Court and County. I'm Perry Cook from Mark 12 Ministries, and just wanted to share 2025 was a very exciting year of growth and being able to help a lot more people. I will start off, though, with just a funny fact. Somehow we were picked the sixth best thrift store in the state of Kentucky by traveldestinations.com. So we're working on bringing tourism to Kentucky, or to Shepherdsville and Bullitt County, with our little thrift store. You would be amazed how many people come from all around the state to look at our treasures and our finds at the thrift store. And so going along with the thrift store, this year we were able to have 5 vehicles donated, and 4 we've already given out to families. 1 to a homeless vet, 1 to a recent graduate, and 2 to families in need. This past year we were able to provide $73,990 in material assistance, which is a 10% increase from last year. And also that doesn't count our assistance that we provided during the flood. We didn't even count that, but we were able to completely furnish 8 families residence once they were able to get replaced. As far as the Pathway Home goes, we had 19 participants this year, 4 graduated, but we are really excited. We have 4 currently in the program that would very easily have graduated this year, but they're continuing on with meeting their goals and will probably graduate in the first part of this coming year. Healing Together, we continue to partner with the library and train facilitators. We're also very excited to be on the steering committee with the Bullitt County Health Department in the development of a resource center for the county. I know you guys have probably started hearing about that, and so we're really excited what that will look like. Operation Restore, we were very excited this year. We were able to place 2 homeless veterans from our county into permanent housing. These are folks that have been chronically homeless in Bullitt County, and one of them from Mount Washington had been in this situation for quite some time. And so we're very excited to be able to get them connected with the right resources and get them into permanent housing. We also were able to get Rand Paul here to Bullitt County to do the constituent event. KDVA with their stand down in November, and the Department of Veterans Affairs when they did their town hall this spring. And then lastly, just the White Flag. This year already we've had 15 folks that have stayed at the White Flag, and of those, we've already had 1 referral to a recovery center, and he's going to come into the Pathway Home program after, and we were able to refer someone else who was from Louisville, back to those resources. But last year, we had 28 folks. We were able to get 2 people back home who were stranded here from out of state, and then 1 person back to Eastern Kentucky. We also helped with the warming stations throughout the winter at Hillview, and also we hosted one at Mercy Hill. And so I just wanted to thank you for your continued support and partnership with Mark 12 Ministry. We're very excited about the new year and what that brings with Grace Village, getting that started, and our new thrift store, which is going to be 3 times as big as our current thrift store. So we hope to be able to help even more people with that assistance, and also being able to hire more people, so bringing more jobs to the community as well. So that's Mark 12 Ministries. Can I answer any questions for you all?
Okay.
Great job over there.
Thank you.
There you go.
And he's been a great partner for our mental health court program, providing
Thank
vouchers
you.
and other things for our participants.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate our partnership with Mental Health Court, Drug Court. Actually, one of our participants is in Drug Court. Actually, 2. We just picked up another one who are in Drug Court and they're in the Pathway Home, which has actually been a very good mix because of the support those folks get within our program, to kind of wrap around them and all that kind of stuff. And so, but thank you guys. If you guys need anything, just let me know. All right. God bless. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Perry. And at this time, I have one more presentation to do and to give. I need Teresa Clark and Troy Beam, if you all will come up here. Part of my duties as constitutional officer in Bullitt County is to minister oaths. And we're here to minister the oaths today to Teresa Clark, longtime community advocate, Bound Credit Union. So you're jumping back into the fire again?
Yes,
There you go, for the Chamber of Commerce as Board of Directors. And Troy, I can't say enough about you and the obligation and the commitment you've made to our community to be able to provide the resources and opportunities to bring a couple 100,000 folks a year passing through our community. So again, thank you. So at this time, if both of y'all would raise your right hands, and you don't have to repeat after me, but you're getting ready to take the oath for the Bullitt County Chamber of Commerce as a Board Director. As a board member of the Bullitt County Chamber of Commerce, you do pledge to support the Constitution of the United States of Kentucky, to abide by the mission and laws of the Bullitt County Chamber of Commerce, to deliberately, openly, honestly, and in good faith at all meetings of the Board of Directors, to deliberate, to lend my careful consideration to issues, and respect and support the decisions reached through the process of majority rule, to keep the best interest of the Chamber foremost in my tenure as a board member, to represent to the best of my ability our Chamber members and the citizens of the Bullitt County of Kentucky. So help me God. Thank you all. And I got a paper here I need for y'all to sign real quick. If you'll hand them to me. Thank you. Here, guys, if y'all sign this while you're here, so we don't have to run you down in a little while, okay? There's a lucky pen for whoever wants to go first. Sign in blue, Troy. We'll send these over to Kevin. I'll sign them and it'll be official again. Again, thank you all for your service to our community. That's a volunteer position, guys. It doesn't pay a nickel except for a lot of your own time. The next presentation, Kevin Mooney, the 2026 clerk's budget.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kevin.
You all should have my budget in your packets, and basically it's remarkably the same as last year. We've made a modest change regarding the health insurance line item based on the movement in the cost of health insurance, and the balance of it is remarkably comparable to last year. Historically, I always need this voted on in 3 separate motions. Keeps the auditors happy, and this is my last one.
You sure?
Yes.
I've asked him multiple times.
Yes. That's the best compliment anybody can give me. I will tell you, I don't plan to get up here and speak, but that kind of a statement to me, it's the best compliment you can give me, because it makes me realize or hope that I've done it right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I've got an order authorizing expenditures. We have a max salary cap order, and then we have the budget itself. And Judge, I think there's a note laying there with those, so I'll leave that up to you.
Okay. Any questions from the bench, from any of the magistrates?
I reviewed all of this and looked through it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also have Ann with me, just in case. 'Cause
Sure.
There's things I know and there's things she knows. So
Absolutely.
I do have Ann with me, and she is one of my right hands.
Yeah. If I hear no more comments from the magistrates, I'd like to put it in the form of a motion to approve the 2026 Bullitt County Clerk's budget.
I will second.
I have a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson. Sam, call the roll.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Gleamle.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. The second opportunity is this. I'd like to put it in the form of a motion to approve the 2026 order authorizing expenditures in the Bullitt County Clerk's office.
I'll second.
I have a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders. Sam, call the roll, please.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Gleamle.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And third order of business for the Bullitt County Clerk's budget is the 2026 annual order setting the maximum amount of salaries for deputies. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a second by 4th District Magistrate Blamel. Sam, call the roll.
Johnson.
Yes.
Gleamle.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Kevin, one of the things I failed to ask, how many employees do you have presently?
I'm sorry,
How many employees do you have presently?
22.
22?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Judge, Sam has the originals, so
Right.
she'll get your signature.
Absolutely. Sure will.
you.
Kevin, thank you for all you've done in the last 8 years that I've been with you, or 7 right now. One more year left. Ann, you too. Are you staying as well? Are you here to the end, or are you?
It depends on if the new clerk,
Okay, gotcha.
what they do.
All right. Thank you all again for all what you do. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, Counselor, second reading and public hearing of zoning ordinance 25-29, James Cash, please.
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 25-29. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from IG General Industrial to R1 Residential. The property in question is 6.155 acres, more or less, located at Claremont Road, parcel number 057-W00-00-036B in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change, and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission, and docket number 2025Z-48, is hereby changed from IG General Industrial to R1 Residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 2nd day of December 2025, given second reading and public hearing, and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 16th day of December 2025.
Thank you, Tammy.
I'll make a motion that
But we do need to allow public comment today, though, Judge, sorry.
Yeah.
The way we advertise, sorry.
No, that's,
Yeah.
Thank you, Tammy. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 25-29, James Cash? Hearing or seeing none. Anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 25-29, James Cash? Hearing or seeing none, I'll entertain that motion now. Magistrate Blaine.
I'll make a motion to accept zoning ordinance 2529, James Cash.
I'll second.
Got a motion by 4th District Magistrate Blamel, a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logsdon to approve zoning ordinance 25-29 as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Board. Sam, call the roll.
Blamel,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes.
Sanders,
Yes.
Logston,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you. Second reading, public hearing is zoning ordinance 25-30, Darrell Roder Jr. Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 25-30, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from R1 residential to conservation. The property in question is 5 acres more or less, located at Raymond Road, parcel number 027-000-00-052E in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2025Z-52 is hereby changed from R1 residential to conservation. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 2nd day of December 2025, given second reading, public hearing, and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 16th day of December 2025.
Thank you, Tammy.
And we'll need to allow public comment on this one too.
Absolutely. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 25-30, Darrell Roder Jr.? Hearing or seeing none, anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 25-30, Darrell Roder Jr.? Hearing or seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for this zoning ordinance 25-30.
I'll second.
I have a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders. Sam, call the roll.
Judge Summers,
Yes.
Sanders,
Yes.
Logston,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Blamel,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you. Second reading public hearing is zoning ordinance 25-31. The text amendment proposed to the City of Shepherdsville allowed temporary transitional housing. Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 25-31, an ordinance relating to text amendment 2025T-03, amending the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission zoning regulations to allow temporary housing. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said text amendment and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes and determines that the proposed text amendment is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, the text amendment 2025T-03 attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference as if set out in full is adopted. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 2nd day of December 2025, given second reading, public hearing, and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 16th day of December 2025.
Thank you, Tammy.
And Judge and Magistrate, if you all remember, Charlie explained it last time we were here. This would allow transitional housing in any residential zone in Bullitt County. That's already governed by federal law. Whether you pass this text amendment or not, federal law is going to govern that.
Right.
So this is another one of those. But the text amendment, you can approve it, not approve it. It does not take effect by operation of law if you don't approve it. And we
Okay.
are working, as we're amending the regulations, this is something that we're looking at too. So.
Okay. So the way I understand you then, Tammy, we don't have to vote on it?
You don't have to, and
Right.
it's not, it will not take effect by operation of law like a map amendment will. A text amendment will not. You do not have to take action. This is already governed by federal law.
Right.
But it's up to you all.
Okay.
Does it help clean up any of what we currently have, planning and zoning regs?
I mean, it would put it in the book, but Charlie and I are already pretty familiar with the federal law part. And then we're working on it for the new regulations anyway, but again, it's entirely up to you all. If you want it in the regulations, you're not. I know some cities aren't taking it up and some are. But it is something we're addressing with the new regulations.
Right. And the transitional housing affects more or less the 50,000 residents in our cities than in the county?
I'm not sure what those numbers are.
Right.
No,
It's okay. Well, we have 50,000 residents who are in the over 8 cities.
Oh, you residents in the cities?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I thought you meant how many homeless. I'm like, I
No,
don't think that's the number. I hope.
it's okay. No.
I don't see any reason to do anything necessarily if it's already, covered by federal law. I mean, I would make a recommendation.
If we're violating federal law with our zoning decisions, we're gonna have other repercussions.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Personally, I'd just soon table it and let the federal, we can't change federal law. And I don't know how many of the cities have voted on it yet either, because they all have to vote on it, correct?
my understanding is Mount Washington, I don't know if they're gonna read it, but I don't think they're gonna take it up.
Okay,
And I
gotcha.
know, some of the northern end cities, I think, have some questions about it.
All right, gotcha.
They did vote? Did they approve it? They voted it down. I say they didn't vote. I thought that's, okay.
Okay.
And Shepherdsville voted it down, didn't they?
I would be shocked because Shepherdsville recommended the text
But
amendment.
I thought that's.
They voted it down? Charlie's saying they approved it. This text amendment was generated by the city of Shepherdsville. That's how it came to the planning
I
commission.
just read it on there. Where did it go? What did they vote down?
But obviously, no action means you're neither for nor against it. I mean, it's
Right.
a moot point, so
Right.
I don't see why we have to do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
I'd recommend moving to item number 5 on the list.
So do you need a second to table? I'll second.
Okay. Well, I have a motion by Second District Magistrate Logsdon and a second by Third District Magistrate Johnson to table the 2531 text amendment proposed to the City of Shepherdsville to allow temporary transitional housing. Sam, call roll.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Flemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Number 4, Sheriff's Office 2026 General Term Order. Walt?
Thank you all. And the general term order that we are presenting and hope to get your approval on has salaries and employer's share of the FICA and retirement and insurance at $10,770,862.
I know.
It has the regular office expenses at $683,000, and it has equipment at $1,235,000 for a total of $12,688,862. You'll note that is approximately $1.37 million more than what we asked you to approve last year, and that you did approve last year. and I sent you all out last week, I believe, paperwork on it, but I'm confident whatever questions you have, I'm going to do my best to answer them. So, happy to tell you why we believe we need this increase of the 1.37. So I look forward to answering your questions.
First of all, how many employees does the sheriff's department have at this present time?
Break down what the, Justin knows the answer to that precisely.
We have 89 right now.
89.
Our current budget will support 93.
93 is what y'all had last year, correct?
That's what
I
we
wrote
had,
down.
that's what we had authorized. And unfortunately, the reason that I don't know that hard number is because it isn't a hard number in that our employee status changes pretty regularly in that, we have dispatchers that come and dispatchers that go. We have positions open. We have patrol deputies come and patrol deputies go. We've even had some detectives that have come and gone. CCSOs, we're trying to, we're constantly advertising to get more people to apply for those positions.
And also on the salaries for the employees, what type of percent are you budgeting in that?
What we're budgeting for, let me pull that page up. For the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office deputies, we're budgeting a 10% increase. And the reason that we are requesting a 10% increase is we're constantly working to try to compete with the various and sundry local police departments, the Jefferson County police departments, including LMPD, J-Town, St. Matthews, Shively, Shepherdsville, Mount Washington, and so forth. Shepherdsville has approved a budget that will be going into effect, and they've approved a collective bargaining agreement with the Shepherdsville Police that is going to have an 8% increase in 2025, an additional 8% increase in 2026, and an additional 8% increase in 2027, for a total over those 3 years of 24% increase. Now, what that 10% increase that we're requesting is going to do is bring us up to, currently Shepherdsville is, and Justin, make sure I'm correct on this, currently Shepherdsville is at $36.20 per hour on a 10-year deputy. We are at $35.50 an hour as of June 1st if you approve what we've asked for. Is that correct?
That's where we're at today, is
$35.50, okay, is what we're at today. So Shepherdsville is ahead of us currently, and they're going to continue to stay ahead of us. Even if we get this, if you do approve our budget, then our 10-year deputy would go to $39.05 as of June or July of this coming year, 26. Shepherdsville at that time will be at $39.10. Now, and I realize I'm not trying to take and necessarily compete with Shepherdsville up and down the line, but that's just the unfortunate world that we live in. And, what we looked at also to try to anticipate questions of this nature, Shepherdsville devotes 30.62 of its entire budget to law enforcement. Hillview devotes 35% of its entire budget to law enforcement. Mount Washington devotes 31.97% of its entire budget to law enforcement. What we're asking you all to do is to devote 9.75% of your budget to law enforcement.
Sheriff's Office.
It'll be a total of 15.67% if you add in dispatch. And we provide the dispatch to every public service agency in the county. Now, the total population roughly of the county is 85,000. 34,600 of those people live in the unincorporated areas of the county. We're trying to operate a law enforcement agency to provide for those folks, and we just want to, we're trying to compete with the salaries and so forth to have the same number of people, be able to get good people working for the sheriff's office and not have the sheriff's office be a stepping stone or just a temporary place where somebody comes until they get an opportunity to go to work for Shepherdsville, Mount Washington, Hillview, or Louisville, or J-Town, or St. Matthews, or Shively. And, that's the why.
Okay, and on your deputies, how many of them are road deputies?
Our what deputies?
Road deputies.
Patrol deputies.
Patrol deputies.
We're authorized currently to have 26 patrol deputies.
And what's just your other?
Well, we have 2 SROs. We have 1 DARE officer dedicated to doing the DARE work. We have 2 SROs. The DARE officer is also certified to be an SRO, so if we have some of those guys, one of those 2 fellas that are sick, we take them, that DARE officer is able to take and go and carry out their duties. We have 6 detectives authorized, and we have 11 support and evidence personnel.
So just in that area of deputies, it's a total of how many?
Well,
Including your DARE officer, your detectives, and
26, what we currently have, 26, 2 SROs, so 26, 29, 35, and an additional 20, so what 35, 55.
so over half of your department is deputies.
That's
Correct.
well over half. I mean, the others, yeah, we have, in addition to that, we have court-certified security officers.
But that's not in that category.
It's not deputies. Some of them, we do have some deputies that work over there. For instance, Judge Burris requires a deputy working in his court. He wants a certified deputy, but I've got
And they get
additional
deputy
SCC.
pay.
I'm sorry?
And they get deputy pay, right?
The deputies, they don't get the same deputy pay that our road deputies
Okay.
get, because and there's reasons for that, some of which being they get an 8 to 4 work schedule instead of having to work 10-hour shifts, and they get holidays off and so on and so forth that the patrol deputies don't have, that sort of thing.
I think her question was kind of one that I was going to kind of ask, but that helps answer a little bit, because like on the budget, when you break it down, there's CCSO, and that's control command, that's office staff.
Court certified security officer.
Court certified, okay. Because that one, on that line item, it's like a 43% increase, so that one might.
Here's the why for that.
Yeah.
We've been operating for a good number of years, since before I got here at the sheriff's office, with the administrative office of the courts saying that we only should have 9 court security officers. They would only fund, the AOC would only fund 9 court security officers. We got them to come in based upon, we had one incident that precipitated the court's concern over lack of people, and they had AOC come down and refigure what they suggest we have serving as court security officers. They suggested that we go from 9 court security officers to 33 court security officers. And so that's why that huge jump. Now we're not going that high, and we haven't been operating at 9. We've been paying the freight for an additional to that. We've been having 18. 18 is what we've been working at having, and again, it fluctuates, but we've been trying to have 18, but we're now moving up to, we believe we need to go to 26 to carry out what the administrative office of the courts statewide security team says that we should be having over here. And it goes from having one bailiff in the courtroom to having 3 bailiffs in the courtroom. And what the whole CCSO operation, the court security operation does, it not only provides the security inside the courtroom, which they want 3, it also provides the security at the magnometers, and we have to have a minimum of 3. We have to have at least one person that is monitoring the cameras that we have over there, and then we have to have 2 people that are available to do prisoner transport. Every day we have prisoner transport from the jail to the court and back, and then most every day we have to take and travel around the state to go pick up prisoners to bring them to the court. So that's, frankly, we're going to be doing everything we can to get it done with 26, with increasing that number to having 3 in the courtrooms when they're there, when the courts are holding court, and still maintain the ability to have 2 people going to do the prisoner transports and take care of the magnometers and so on and so forth.
In the current budget right now, not the suggested budget, but the current budget, how many, and it don't have to be specific, but just kind of curious, because when I look at the budget, there's really just 2 line items that really jump out, and of course, that's the CCSO payroll and the deputy payroll. She's asking about the number of deputies, but in that current budget right now, how many would you anticipate or guess CCSO are allocated? Because if you've got 18 working, you'd love to have 26, but in the budget, to help justify the large jump, how many was put into the budget, you think?
The budget that I'm asking for, or the budget that I have
right
currently?
now operating on?
18, correct?
Yeah, we had 18.
You got was that what was in the budget?
That's what we presented to you last year, was for 18.
So you're hoping to add 8 more and that justifies, that's why there's a
Yes.
43% increase.
Yes, and that's 7 less than what the administrative officer of the court says we should have.
Okay. I'm just that, there's a couple just, things that jump out in that line item. When you look at it, it is, like I said, it's 675 to almost 2 million. So that's a 43% increase. So that helps answer that question for me, the justification of why that is going up nearly double.
And with the additional CCSOs, the state, part of that, the state reimburses us for their time in that building. So about 140,000 of that will be offset by claims that we will do for the state for their time in the courtrooms.
Yes.
They provide us, and frankly, the Kentucky Sheriff's Association lobbied for, and we obtained about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, we went up from the AOC funding that to the tune of $9 per hour. They have increased it up to $15 an hour. Well, we don't have anybody that makes only $15 an hour, and I cannot find adequate court security personnel for $15 an hour, so they make more than that. The second thing, AOC will take and pay that. They set it out as being they pay for part-time. Well, the reason that they have it part-time, they don't mind, they'll pay for 40 hours. If I wind up having somebody that works 48 hours, they'll pay for 48 hours. Whatever we submit as to the time that they are working over here, and the chief judge signs off on it for the number of hours, they'll pay, whether it's 20 hours or 15 hours or 40 hours, but they designate it through their budget as being part-time because they will not pay for insurance and benefits.
Okay. Well, that helps me really understand the CCSO. Now, back to the deputy, what she brought up, there's around 89 current employees right now. You said roughly about half of that falls under that deputy category, so 45 to 50 or so ballpark. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct. I think it's 55.
55
is the number that I
under the
came up with a minute ago.
You're planning on giving them 10%.
The deputies, the road deputies, the detective deputies, the SROs, the dare officer, they would all receive the 10%. The deputies that we have working over here at the court, they don't make the same rate as what the road deputies make, but they will get a 10% raise as well.
And 10%,
Now, am I correct on that?
I had no idea.
5%. Everybody working over at the courthouse is gonna be getting a 5%
And your
increase.
office people. I'm just trying to figure,
Our office folks, our office staff, our administrative staff will
Right.
receive a 5% increase. And then dispatch, what we are requesting on that is just a straight across the board $3 an hour increase. Justin, I think, has the percentage, or Whitney One
What's
may know the
dispatch?
percentage on that, but
So dispatch, $3 across the board, office 5%, courthouse 5%, road deputies 10%, and detectives 10%.
yes.
And so I guess where I'm at with the, Walt, is this, is that it's 1 million and some change more than last year. Like where we sit right now, we're projecting to have probably $35 to $36 million worth of revenue. And some quick math, we got $33 million worth of bills scheduled in already. That's what it cost us to run all of it. So with the additional 1 million, there's going to be no room to wiggle for county government. And I'm not asking you bounced off some numbers, the percent that the cities were spending on law enforcement, and that's fine. They don't have the responsibilities that we have here either. So
I understand.
I'm not here to. Well, what I'm here to say is this: is just be parsimonious in this coming year with what you do. I mean, I look at the bills that we get. There's somewhere around $300,000 to $350,000 pay period. That's $700,000 a month times. You can do the math times 12. That's the sheriff's department. We subsidize EMS. We subsidize the jail. We subsidize dispatch as well. And we have no revenue stream like the cities do. The cities have occupational tax, some of them 2%. They take the 5% of the wealth on the insurance premium surcharge. So I'm going to put forth a motion to pass this, but I do want you to be good stewards of the funding this coming year, because we are close on a budget all the way around. And Keith, if you want to disagree with me, you can, but I can't get the numbers. We projected a $43 million budget, but we don't have that revenue stream coming in. It's down everywhere.
And I think one of the things, and Justin and I talked about this, to make this more palatable, is a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, we set up a reserve that we were going to take raises out of, which we've done every year, we have raises. That line item, not a funding source, it's a line item, has $623,531. I think the first thing we do with this is we sweep that over. Basically, close that out, and that would go toward, the way I figured is we're looking at close to $900,000 more.
Right.
When you break everything down. Other places, Justin and I have gone through some things where, some other areas where maybe there could be some savings. We found about 55,000 in the transport area. We could save if you take all that money out of that, and that you're looking at between $150,000 and $200,000 more a year. So again, this is on paper.
No, I get it. And I've been through this with paper, Walt. I'm not lecturing. I just want you to understand everybody in here that's a department head that's been in my meetings in the last couple of months, it's like they can't buy a pencil without it coming through my office. So we just need to be good stewards of the funding. That's all I'm asking. I hear what you say about Shepherdsville. We have the same issues with EMS and the road department. Judge Todd told me point blank, when our EMS folks apply down there, they're the first ones they pull because they're so trained so well. They hire them. So, like I said, I'm going to put in form of a motion to pass this budget, but just rest assured with your staff and yourself, You've been good stewards. We have helped you 7 straight years in a row. We're here to help you again. But please, watch what you're doing.
Judge,
That's my ask.
I appreciate it very much, and I assure you that I will, and my staff will. They do, they have, and as you remember, when we were on the campaign trail in
Absolutely.
2018, what I promised the people of Bullitt County is that I would do my darndest to bring a world-class law enforcement agency to the
Right.
Bullitt County Sheriff's Office to provide for the people of Bullitt County. With the help of you all, I've been able to do that.
Right.
We are one of the very best sheriff's offices in the state of Kentucky, as evidenced by statements not from me, but from sheriffs and the executive director of the Sheriff's Association of the entire Commonwealth.
Right.
And so we're going to continue to do that, and we can't do it without your all's help. And I want to thank you very much for the support that you've given us and the support that I hope that you'll be able to continue to do. And I promise you I will be a good steward of the people's money, have worked to do that throughout my career.
Sure. And I'm, like I said, I'm not here to chastise you. I'm just wanting to make sure that we're all on the same page. I mean, I got directors in here, they've been to the meetings lately. And this is an opportunity that we find. But I'm putting that in the form of a motion. I need a second.
I have a question.
I got a couple questions too, real quick. before we-
Oh, wait, before we can discuss, you need a second, and then you can discuss.
Yeah.
I wasn't really done with discussion, but I mean, we can let this pass and then bring this back up again.
I'm not saying vote, you need a second to continue your discussion.
Discussion, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. You just need a second, and then you can continue the discussion.
Well, I'll make a second, but without voting, but second to continue discussion.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Everybody good? My question was just on the math a little bit. You said I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the right numbers and stuff, and I appreciate all the stuff, but I just kept thrown off a little bit. You mentioned about $1 million more, but if I'm right, I mean, the current budget's $10,158,851. Is that right?
The current budget is a total of, hold on, I got it right
I might
here.
be looking at the wrong, I mean, I don't have the actual
The
budget.
current budget is $11,316,364.50.
Okay, I was looking at the receipts, I just want to make sure that that's the current budget.
And if I may point out as well, that the increase that we're talking about, and correct me if I'm mistaken, about 1.37.
1.37 without taking into consideration depleting, then if we subtract, is that
Without
right?
taking into consideration.
1.37 is the additional, and then, as Keith mentioned, there's 623 in reserve.
That's separate, I mean,
That's separate. He
that
mentioned-
will come into play,
Yeah,
but it's
he
not.
mentioned something, but then he made a vote. I just want to know if everybody's on the same page as, are we voting or on using that reserve to be moved over, then subtract from that 1.3?
I believe the reserve is already set there, is it not?
The reserve is there in a line item, the reserve for the sheriff's department.
All right.
My point is, if you look at the increase for the deputies' salaries of about $301,000.
Yeah.
Instead of just taking 301, you can, all of that, you cover everything that you pay, make it in.
And then that's where you get the 900.
That's where I get, and again, we found, in the transport area, we found about 55,000.
Okay.
We can save. So you're looking at between 150 and 200,000. If you shift that, again, that's a line item.
Right.
If you shift that over,
Now, can you take a minute or two and articulate on your justification as a department on where you see additional revenue coming in to offset those increases?
Well, I mean, the additional revenue that we're going to be getting is, one, we're going to get additional funding from the AOC to fund the additional CCSO positions, the
That
court
will be
security.
their full pay.
I'm sorry?
That will not.
No,
be
it
their
will
full
not,
pay.
but it will be something. No, it will.
But-
It's not a wash,
Right.
but I can't get a wash.
You mentioned 100 and some, how much?
149,000
140,000, we've got 623,000 if we were to utilize that reserve. And then, of course, I know additional property tax, I mean, there's a lot of other things, but can you articulate on that, maybe where you see some additional revenue
Well, I
coming
mean,
in?
the additional revenue, we went from, what did we collect in 2024?
Total's 133 million.
What did we collect in 2025?
We're gonna be over 142.
So there's approximately $10 million more dollars that we have collected in tax revenue that's coming. And now we receive some of that, and what we receive a percentage of that, and that's made up. That's part of what we're bringing to the table, but it's not covering it all. Now again, please bear in mind that 1.37 million. $428,000 of that is on paper only, and it's because at the end of my term, at the end of every sheriff's term that's over 70,000, we have to take I got to be square as of December 31st of next year.
Yep.
Normally, that whole payroll, that would be, that 2-week payroll, which is about 428,000, would come out of 2027's funding. But we have to take and budget for it being out of 2026's
You understand that?
funding,
2026.
because I have to have a zero balance as of the 31st day of December 2026, because my term ends then. Or it may end that Monday or whichever, but it's got to be done. So the increase, the actual true dollar amount increase that I'm looking for is a bit less than 1 million, but it's still sizable. I'm not trying to say that it's not, but I don't know if that helps answer the question.
No, it does. I mean, I know there's not really because I know we anticipate additional money coming in, but that money, is not earmarked, obviously, 100% for sheriff, so that money's got to be used and spread out for the entire county. I was just kind of wondering and thinking out loud if there was historically some type of percentage, and Keith might know that, but some type of percentage that you could, as you're putting your budget together, that you could anticipate that might come back to your office. Whether that might mean that we're gonna, obtain an additional 10 million in property taxes, in your mind, 5% of that number, 2%, might come back to you as an office based on years in the past, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah, we not include that in.
That's all, the details of that have been included in his figure, and in that, for instance, again, and I use this only because it's an easy numbers to talk about. CCSO, we receive $15 an hour for the folks that are working over in the courts. That's going to increase, because if we get to go up to 26 personnel, then we're going to be getting $15 an hour more for those additional people than what we have received in the past. There will be that portion. So I think, what did you say the figure was, 100? So that's been calculated in to these total numbers that we're talking about. Some of the decrease, I believe, that Keith was alluding to when he was talking about a savings with regard to transport. We have been in conversation for some time now with the Commonwealth's attorney. Anytime the Commonwealth's attorney directs that they want somebody extradited from another state, it falls on us to have to go get them. And there's X amount of money that is involved in that. Well, we've been talking with the Commonwealth's attorney, and she has not exactly agreed, but she has told us that she doesn't anticipate as many extraditions as we have had in times past. And so we've reduced the amount that we're requesting for transportation
by 30,000.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel comfortable based on the amount in the reserve? And I mean, I obviously don't have a problem with it. I 100% want to, but I just want to make sure that the money's there. And
I think what we have to look at is, what I look at is everything that we pay for through this office. And I don't think we should lose
23, I think it was 7.8, now we're, yeah.
And I've said all along, we started this years and years ago, and wanted to incrementally do it, and some folks that here didn't want to do that, and that's kind of a bad precedent. I think, again, this is a big jump, but having that reserve there, that we placed it there for raises, we're gonna have to take that out, that's gonna have to go to help pay for the mortgages. Again, I think you look at some other places you can say, it is going to be an increase. It will be an increase. But is it a manageable increase? That's what you guys have to decide. We're not talking about $1.5 million, we're not talking about 1.2, you're talking more of $250,000, let's, worst case scenario is $250,000. I don't think it will be that much, I don't think Justin thinks it will be that much, but if we put it at that, is that something that is doable and sustainable? Because the next time around,
It's on every year.
it's gonna go up again. And again, that was always the argument about incrementally raising, but we were getting 300,000 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not enough. So now here, this is where we are. I don't have to vote on it. So it's just my opinion, but looking at the numbers, again, I see an increase of about 850,000. That's what I came up with, what is in our portion of the budget, and that includes dispatch. When you look at those rates, you look at that. Again, take the 623 out, we've already done the 55, that's where you get to roughly 200,000.
What, based on providing this type of budget and these type of increases to salary, does that vacate any increases mid-year of next year? Or is this included in that, does that question make sense? You'll be the pay increases will be locked in, there'll be no additional pay increases throughout the calendar year?
Well, our pay increase the pay increase that we're gonna be looking at giving our folks will occur in July.
Okay.
Right.
After your new budget goes into play. We're asking you to approve this now, and again, here's, as you will recall, the sheriff's office is required by statute to operate on a calendar year.
Right.
January 1st through December 31st. You all are required by statute to operate on a fiscal year that begins on July 1 and ends on June 30th. So we're asking you all to approve this, and then you will put in the funds into your next budget to cover that for that next period of months.
Our budget that we're in right now won't change.
Right. I just didn't know, from a standpoint of thinking of other departments, if these raises are given, will they be any additional raises within that 12 months that you're responsible for, whether it's calendar, fiscal,
Ours won't, correct me?
So, if you approve this today, we would not be able to give any further raises than what he just presented, without coming back to you at some point next year saying, hey, we decided we want to raise again, and we're going to need approval because we're going to spend more money. And that is not, it's not in my plan, and I don't believe it's in the sheriff's plan either.
Okay, that answers my question.
Yep.
I just want to think about other departments too, as we do increases and things as well, just to be fair. And you feel, based on those increases that's in this budget, that you could be very competitive with surrounding agencies and departments?
I believe we have been, and I think this will help us continue. And here's what drives my thoughts on that. Now, I'm sitting here, I can't think of anybody that has said to themselves, you know what, I don't want to work for Shepherdsville anymore, I want to work for Bullitt County. I can tell you some people that said, you know what, I don't want to work for Bullitt County anymore, I want to work for Shepherdsville, because Shepherdsville, now, I'm of a belief, because Shepherdsville is the, highest paid police agency in the county. And, Shepherdsville has collective bargaining. We don't. I don't intend to during my time. I'm not going to be too inclined to be agreeable to that. Mount Washington has collective bargaining. I don't believe Hillview does. But that's a whole new driving system when that starts taking place. And how, I mean, unfortunately, we're in a, it's like, the arms war from back in the 60s and stuff with the Soviet Union, where they're spending this and this, and so where do we get? I mean, I want to get the very best people that we can get, and in order to do that, unfortunately, we are in a Louisville labor market, and that's just the facts of life.
I really will have to say, it's always been like that. People want to go to Shepherdsville because they pay more. I do understand that. But then the sheriff's department, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the majority of your deputies are already retired, correct?
I don't know that I'd say the majority, no. No, no. I don't know, I don't know if we've got the breakdown on that. But if we can get folks that are retired, if they're the right person, I'm not gonna take and just grab up somebody because they're retired, because I'm not looking for, just that savings. I want the right people to come here. But when we are able to do that, that is a tremendous savings to us, and that's, again, it's talking about being a good steward of the people's money. When I became sheriff, there were in excess of 5 deputies that were retired working for the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office, but they didn't do the paperwork to see to it that those deputies were being paid as annual contract employees. When we do that, then we don't have to pay the retirement match, we don't have to, and several other things that we don't have to pay the insurance and so on. And the first year that I became in as sheriff, I saved the county over $100,000 just in changing the paperwork on those deputies that were there. So we continue to try to do that any opportunity we have, because the true cost of a deputy that is retired as opposed to one that is not is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 63% is what the cost of that deputy would be.
Does your retired deputies that are working for you, do they receive the plat money too?
They do. Yes.
All right, so I've got a question. Does the sheriff's
We can do that
office
anyway.
participate in the Blue Mine health benefit that the county offers?
If it's my understanding
what,
that
Brian?
you all are
I
not
didn't hear
paying
you.
for that for us.
The Blue Mine Health, I thought that was for all county employees, but I understand like some,
We'd love to have it, but we don't have it because we didn't get added into that when you all did that.
do you think that could be out of this budget? $50 an employee for 89 employees is $53,000.
I can't afford it based on the budget that I'm putting forward to, I mean, I'm not, the budget that I'm putting forward to you doesn't have, I realize you guys need to watch after yours. Well, I'm watching after mine, and I'm not, I haven't just added in money in there to take and just, there's no fluff in my budget.
Do your employees get it?
No. But my employees are different. They're not all strict county
Right.
employees.
It's
You don't have
it's
them
the
all.
same thing we pay for, Brian. Road, all them.
So I would like to see that out of this. And last year's, or the, I guess, current budget, isn't it like 10,000,008? I got an email. I thought it was
Last year's
10,800.
budget was 11,000.
Yeah, we're looking at receipts. I don't know why I was looking at the same thing, 10.
I thought I had an email that said like 24 was 10,1 and 25 was 10,8 and this one is 12,6.
You're probably looking at line 1, which is salary and employer share of FICA, which is strike that. Last year's was 25's was $9,170,637. There's no 10 million anywhere that I'm aware of.
I had an email that said 10,1 for 24, 10,8 for 25.
What you may be looking at is the top of the general term order where it talks about the receipts to the 75% account.
Right.
It says 10-1 for 24, then 10-9 and some change for 25. That's the receipts that we have taken in to our, what's called the 75% account. It's called the 75% account because 25% of most of the items we take in goes back to people. So that 10.9 million does not include the almost $700,000
So if in 24 it was 10.1, and 25 was 10.8 or 10.9, close to it. So what, 26, would it be the 12.6 or would it not be?
It's
It would
not.
only
So-
be, how much then?
It's
I
hard to
guess.
say because in creating the budget, like Sheriff just mentioned, we plan to add 8 CCSOs. Realistically, am I gonna have 8 new CCSOs on 1/1 when this budget starts? No. It's gonna take months to hire 8 people. So that right there is not gonna get us up to 12.6 because the way it works, when we spend money on payroll or benefits or such and such, part of that income we receive is reimbursements from you all for the health insurance and retirement and such and such. So if I don't spend $1, let's say $1 to hire somebody and then another $1 for their insurance, you all are not gonna reimburse that $1 for the insurance until we hire that person. Does that make sense? So even though we set the budget at 12.6, realistically, it might be closer to 12, 12.3. It really
Yeah.
just depends on how that hiring and such goes.
But your anticipation for that 12.6, is that your 75% amount that you're retaining, or is that not taking consideration the 25% given back to?
It's not taking into consideration the 25%. When we present the budget, we have to include every dollar that our office is gonna take in and every dollar we're gonna pay out. Now, when I say pay out, we pay our revenues directly to the state treasurer. So every dollar that comes in, we pay it to the state treasurer, and then I believe quarterly, the state treasurer sends the money to the
Back.
fiscal court
Right.
of that 25%.
Yep.
I guess that's where kind of, in the years past, it was pretty clear that 75%, the amount that you retain from those receipts, I may be wrong saying this, but I think that always exceeded the amount that you were asking for your budget.
No.
It did not? Because in 24, whereas the receipts to 75% of the county office of the sheriff, the calendar year were 10.158. That was money, based on what you just said, that you all retained after paying out the 25%, which that 10.158 was higher than what the current budget was at that time, correct?
No, the 24 budget was, I think it was 10.8 million.
I didn't bring the 24, but I've got the 25. And in the 25 budget, it pointed out that in 2024, the anticipated revenue, not counting the 75, was, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong on this, was $10,158,851 for 24, and it was $9,083,313 for 2023. The budget that we requested last year for 2025 with a $10,158,851 anticipated receipts for 24 was $11,316,364. So it was a greater amount than, and consistently has been.
Okay. I just, when we take a risk, I just want to see what the pattern was in the years past, to know that gap that we're talking about stays consistent.
So out of the budget, just say, out of the budget for 2025, the 11 million, how much of that do y'all think will y'all be using all of that? Y'all are in that right now, that
We're in
budget.
it right now, so like it says on the general fund, where the receipts we're looking at this year are 10.9 million is the revenue we're gonna take in. Expenditure wise, we're gonna be close to that. I think we're probably gonna be a little under that, maybe 10.7, 10.8. We'll see with this, we've got a payroll coming up actually tomorrow, so
Yep.
that closes out on a little bit more detail.
Okay.
So I've just got one more statement to make. I'd like to see the sheriff's office participate in the Blue Mine Health. I think, I know the cities, don't they offer it for like their officers?
I don't know which ones do and which ones don't. Shepherdsville
I think
does.
Shepherdsville might.
But whether,
The bigger ones, but anyway, I would like to see, and it's $50 an employee, so 89 employees would be $53,400. I think that's a benefit that could help retain people. I'm not saying it will or it won't, but it's something to offer. And so the difference in last year's and this year's budget, it's a lot, and it's no hard feelings, but I would like to see it a little bit lower, so I can't vote yes.
okay.
So have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
I'm just real concerned,
Okay.
you know, with our monies. I think over the years, we have all gotten used to the ARPA money, and that's no longer there. And I'm just concerned for our county.
When you all do drug busts,
I'm sorry?
if y'all ever confiscate any money or do the drug bust or anything, where does that money go?
It goes into a drug account, and it goes into a forfeiture account. And in fact, I looked at that to see if I can take it, but it specifically, the federal law prohibits us utilizing any funds that we get in forfeiture money to include it in, to reduce the budget, to have any effect on the budget. And some of the reason for that is that when there's forfeiture money there, it's because the government has gone out and taken stuff away from citizens. And for a government to start anticipating, well, you know, yeah, we need to go out here and get more forfeiture stuff so we can cut down on the taxes, so we're going to go, you know, take stuff away from people.
Yeah.
So they don't allow you to do that. In fact, they point out that if they find that when they come and do audits, if they find that you have, then you're no longer allowed to
That would
participate
be
in the
bad.
forfeiture account.
Okay, well, don't do that then. I was just
Okay.
trying to think of ways
Yeah.
to increase the
I
revenue.
get it, and I, you know,
Is Shepherdsville the only city that pays you all to do their tax roll?
that does what?
Pays you all to do the tax roll?
It
Everybody
is.
else takes
It
care
is.
of their own, and
And
you don't see
mind
that
you-
changing? Or?
Well, I'm not out here trying to sell it, but I will point out that the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office can more effectively and efficiently collect
Do it.
everybody's taxes than any of the cities can.
Yep.
And the history on why Shepherdsville does is some good number of years ago, Shepherdsville was needing to borrow some money from some federal agencies to fund some stuff, and the federal agency came in and said, you know what, we'll loan you the money, but only if you let the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office collect your taxes for you, because it's just tremendously more efficient. We're gonna send that tax bill out to every taxpayer in the county anyway, so I would urge and would love to take and very open to taking that on with them. But I don't believe that it would be appropriate for me to go try to take and
Market,
drive
solicit.
the mayor of that one city or another city or this other city. But we're very open to doing it for them if they'd like for us to.
Okay. And-
I'll just make a comment real quick, and then kind of want to piggyback off what you said. I mean, I feel the same way coming in 2018. I feel like the sheriff's office was, you know, so far behind in so many different ways. Can't even begin to discuss that, obviously, and some of the issues that existed, and lack of personnel, lack of pay, so many things. And I think on paper, some of this stuff looks kind of big steps. But I think also it is playing a lot of catch up to where we need to be. But obviously, I have major concerns about the funding, financing, talking to office staff, but some of those have been eased. I mean, listening to a couple things that you said, a couple things you said, I feel like there is some money there that helps kind of make up that difference, but I do feel like that once we make this additional jump here and get more competitive with some of our departments, we do have to stabilize a bit, obviously, moving forward, because we have caught up, because we have, without a doubt, 23, looking at 7.8 or something million, so it's a huge step. But I don't know if this could be put in motion, but that reserve, that line item, is that only to be used for payroll, to technically?
There's a separate, we have a reserve, and we have reserve for sheriff, and then we have a reserve for the clerk. The clerk was for the building, the sheriff was for sheriff's deputies.
Okay, so that's in there. So I would be okay moving forward if we can include in the motion that reserve money be.
Well, we'll just strike that out.
All right.
Okay.
In the next budget.
Yeah.
Line item won't be-
That's all we got to do.
That money will just be moved over.
Okay.
Okay, as long as it's, because you brought that point up, and that makes up some of the difference, and if it can only been used for the raises anyway, and that's why it's
And one of
there.
the things too that everybody to think about too is when the sheriff brings his budget, he brings his entire, my understanding is he brings his entire budget. We have certain things that we pay for, certain things that we don't. So that entire budget is not, that's not all on
is for the
So
county.
that's where I come up with this $900,000.
Right.
Yeah,
I guess that's
And
what
that,
I'm
and then that
understanding.
140 that's coming back supposedly for the CCSO, is that figured in the budget, or is that just, is that or that goes to you all?
Part of our revenue.
Right.
So I can't really tag that on as like an additional fill in the gap.
You're looking at, I mean, if you put the state on it, you're looking at a $200,000 increase from last year to this year.
This year, right.
That's a lot, but that's not 1.2 million.
Yeah, because you forget, I mean, there's so many variables in here, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You say, well, it's gonna be a $2 million increment, but then there's so many other, and if you feel confident with those numbers, we're gonna a few $100,000 with that, utilizing that reserve, then I feel confident moving forward.
I feel
No.
confident in that moving that money and using these increases.
Right.
And then also talking to Justin, looking at things, I mean, we're looking at the insurance right now.
Yeah,
You know, is there some way, and again, as the sheriff said, as Justin said, you've got these increases in there, they've got an extra payroll in there that they have to do. The other side of this too is at the end of his term, and Sheriff Shelby's
Good.
first term, is where
Payroll.
he got the money to put the reserve in anyway. So
Right.
does that happen? We don't know.
Yeah, and to your point, I don't know how many people are utilizing Blue Mine. I've never had anybody from the sheriff's office come to me personally and say
Me
that
neither.
they want that, so that is another 53,000. I think it would be good for the employees, but if they prepare their budget and it's so tight as it is, I don't see how, unless we as a court decide somewhere else there's money to
We-
provide that, but right now, I think that's kind of like a curveball.
I just thought when we did it, it was all county employees. We talked about all county employees, but you have each elected official makes their decision. Like,
Yeah.
does Kevin Mooney's people get it?
No, Sam shaking her head no.
No.
So, I mean, it's kind of,
I'll be honest, I honestly thought they already had it too. I mean, when we did the Blue Mine, I thought that was just.
but each person prepares their budget, but I'm just saying that 1.37 million extra, you take 53,000, there's still 1.3 million, so it's only.
And- Yeah,
it's
and to
only
help
just
you,
a
Brian.
small percentage.
Yeah, Brian, to help you a little bit with that, that's something we can look at when we do our next fiscal budget. We can look at including all of them into it, or when we renew our contract with Blue Mine. That's more on us. It's not so much on the sheriff or the clerk or Tammy or whomever. That's a responsibility that
So didn't
we
we just
would
renew
have.
that because it went up to 50 from 45 to 50?
We
a few months
just,
ago?
yeah, we just renewed it, but we can also revisit that as well on our side. And to summarize all this, I know the Sheriff's Department's going to be good stewards of it. I have no concerns. I was just expressing where we're at now. I have faith in them. Something that Walt did campaign on, and we did too, was to improve the services in this community. And I think we've done that all the way around, especially with the Sheriff's Department. I can't say enough good things about them because we got the fastest HIDA grant because of Walt and the professionalism of his department and where he took it than anyone in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And that's a big kudo because that just doesn't happen. You just don't raise your hand and say, I want a HIDA grant. And that's High Intensity Drug Agency or Authority. And to help you, Karen, we do get some of that revenue back on that if there is a big bust, but we share it with other communities as well. So I'm not worried about Walt's budget or our budget. I'm just making it a point that we need to live within our means. And to help you, Vera, the ARPA funding was only used for emergency services. We were able to take that funding, and for clarity with the general public, we were able to take that funding that we would have normally spent out of our general fund, and we were able to buy a $500,000 blacktopping machine, a lowboy, a tractor, a roller, and all the fun amenities that we have done for the road department. Where'd Charlie go? Charlie's still here at Planning and Zoning, the funding for the comprehensive plan. So we use that funding judiciously. We have great capital equipment right now to be able to move forward. So I think,
understand that, John.
okay, I'm just wanting for clarity on the ARPA funding and where it did go. Because I've heard that so much, we didn't really get used to it. It was just an added bonus. So we could buy the emergency equipment that we needed.
So does the road department fall under emergency services?
No, we took the general funding that we had, Brian allocated for.
Fund money, because we could allocate the
We could
ARPA money
allocate.
to other.
Absolutely,
Okay.
we sure did.
I'd like to say one more thing. I want to thank Justin for preparing this. You did a great job. Thank y'all for answering all my questions. I have a better understanding of what y'all are asking and what we do have. When I first looked at this, I was like, oh no. But I feel good about it now. And thank you all for all those that worked on this.
Okay.
Thank you.
And this is gonna allow you all to hire an additional 19 CCSOs?
No, not an additional 19. We're gonna be looking from going from 18 to 26.
To 26, so.
So
I mean,
additional 8.
8 of them.
But like you said, it's not going to happen all at once.
And that's what I was gonna say, so all that depends on if you hire those 8 or when you hire them, or.
The other, if I may, you know, if you, I don't know, I don't watch the news a lot, but I get stuff people send me. Louisville has just pointed up about, you all may have this crime wave that has been occurring, and it's been going on for a little bit now, of folks going around, breaking in cars, they're lifting car doors, and unfortunately, and it made the news in the last week, but it has been for some time that these folks that are doing this are coming armed. And when people go out and challenge them, they're shooting at them.
Right.
Currently, with the patrol deputies that we have, the number, I don't have enough patrol deputies that I can pull people off from that doing patrol and focus on that type crime or any other crime, whether it be car burglaries or car thefts or so forth. Part of what I've got here is we're asking, and this includes some funding that we will be able to take and get some additional folks to just do directly focus on crimes that we have a problem with. And it's something that we definitely need to do. The other thing is that if you may have noticed in the last day or two, the president has declared fentanyl to be a weapon of mass destruction. Now, what we pushed, and part of when we got to become a HIDA county, what we stressed is that we had a number of fentanyl deaths happening in Bullitt County, and it's happening all over. And we're refocusing, and just as we speak now, we're in talks with a federal agency that we hope to take and get somebody assigned to work every day with them to focus on fentanyl trafficking, and Oxycontin trafficking, and the things that are actually, killing people in Bullitt County and throughout the state and the nation. So this budget that I've asked for will put us in a position that we can provide folks to help with that effort.
Right. Thank you, Walt. Well, I have a motion and a second on the floor, and the discussion's been healthy and informative. And at this time, Sam, if you'd call the roll to approve the general order for the sheriff's budget of 2026.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Flemel.
No.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Also, the second order of business is the order setting the maximum amount for deputies and their assistants. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
We got a second by Second District Magistrate Logston. Sam, call roll.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Flemel.
No.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next order of business, Sheriff's Office form for budget quarterly report and annual settlement for the calendar year 2026. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion as well.
Second.
Got a second by Second District Magistrate Logston. Sam, call roll, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Flemel.
No.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
There you go. And then also the last one is the performance bond for the sheriff's office. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Got a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson. Sam, call the roll.
Playmoil,
No.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Sheriff, thank you all. Okay, it's all good. So, next one is action item number 8, the vacation cash-out policy. This does apply to all the employees under the, where's Janice? It applies to all the employees under the, what I'm going to say, the Bullitt County Fiscal Court responsibility. For clarity for the court, does it apply to the Sheriff's Department clerk or any of them? It does? No, it doesn't. I'm just wanting to make sure for clarity. No different than the Blue Mine. So it doesn't apply to the Sheriff's Office or the clerk or the county attorney. Okay? And what the cash-out policy does is this, due to, let's put it this way, our employees use a lot of vacation time, and we'd like for them to have the opportunity to be able to save it vacation time and be able to cash it out at the end of each year, helping us to reduce our overtime in our 24-hour day services and those services that are required for a lot of overtime, and that is in regular work, which is basically the EMS road department and the so this one would start today, and they would be able to cash out what they have this year, but then moving forward, it would be the November the 2nd of the following years. They'd have the opportunity to save up for the whole year and be able to cash out in November too. So any questions about that? I'd like to put that in the form of a motion to push us forward.
Second.
And I have a second by 4th District Magistrate Bleemel. Sam, call roll.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Playmoil?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
And I'd like to just thank Justin for even coming up, kind of creatively coming up with some different ideas and stuff, and not just being complacent with the way things were. But thanks for looking into that, and I enjoyed our conversation.
Okay, next item. New hires. We'd like to hire a full-time paramedic at EMS at $27 an hour, effective the 17th day of December of this year. And that's Lindsay Brown. Help me with her last name. Janice, or Justin, or Chris, one of the three of you. Cal John. Okay.
Well, I'll make a motion that we hire Lindsay Brown.
No, I'll make the motion. You can second it.
I'll second.
Okay.
I didn't know you was making a motion.
Yes.
She's new, so then we'll figure out her name.
There you go.
We'll know her name before long.
We might need her in some of these sessions. So, okay, so Sam, call the roll. Have a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Playmoil?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And then a status change for Jacob Rubio from part-time EMT to full-time EMT effective the 17th. The hourly rate will stay the same at $19.50 an hour. I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Got a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson. Sam, call the roll, please.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Playmoil?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Very good. Brian, I'll start with you. Any comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Okay. Karen?
No, just want to wish everybody a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hope you've been having as much fun as I have with all of the festivities and parties going on. But it's almost to an end here, I guess, what, a week?
Yeah.
More than a week. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see everybody soon.
Okay. Sean?
Just want to echo what Karen said. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and it's hard to believe that we're closing on our year, and When's our next meeting? January?
6th.
January the 6th, wow. So it's just hard to believe this year's already gone past us, but just keep your friends, your neighbors, your family in thoughts and prayers this Christmas. And thank you all for coming out.
Thank you. Vera?
I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out today, and I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Okay. And I'd like to thank a few folks that are here. I'd like to thank Brian Whitaker for bouncing over here today. And the jail has got a great record, no escapes this year. And the Residence Inn is doing terrific. And Teresa Preston for being here. Faith.
I'd like to thank Teresa Preston for being here too.
There you go. So we didn't have to break for lunch. Let's put it that way. Also, Mike Hibbert, thank you for being here. And I would like to take my hat off to Mark Lord, who's here. He's the state district manager for Congressman Guthrie. And thank you for coming today. And the discussion was healthy and great. I mean, this is what we're here for, is to make sure that the general public are getting the best services that they can get. And I think we've come to that conclusion today. And at this time, Vera, I need a motion.
Yes, the time is 11:05, and I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And I got a second. I got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blemo to adjourn the Bullitt County Fiscal Court of December the 16th at 11:08, 2025. Sam, call the roll, please.
Johnson?
Yes.
Blemo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you all.
I've had it in my pocket for weeks, so I come out and Mike, is it okay? Hey, didn't mean to interrupt. I got rolling. See y'all. Okay. RSVP, but I was just going to yeah, we need to RSVP. That'd be good. Yeah, there you go. Mike, how are you? So, Carousel, one of my vendors. Make sure y'all
So it's not like
Exactly. Me and a little meat. Listen, have a wonderful day, man. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Stay safe. Take care.
I've looked at that. I'm just everything. $60,000 if we take or if we take it, because we got $1 million forward. But the biggest thing about this is most of them are making 26. This could end up being you asked me something a couple of years ago. We have that fire department. I'm working down now. No, I mean it. We've got enough bullets right now to just how they go. That's why I don't want to. I can't talk about it. Biggest city by law has to be. I'm watching it just like everyone else. trying to put money away to